Have you ever noticed something strange? You stay strong the entire day. You work, you talk to people, you even laugh. But the moment night arrives, everything changes. Suddenly, you miss them. Not casually. Not lightly. You miss them deeply, painfully, and emotionally. Your chest feels heavy. Your thoughts slow down, but your memories get louder. And you start wondering, why does it hurt so much at night? This isn't weakness. This isn't obsession. This is psychology. In this video we're going to uncover the real psychological reasons why your pain intensifies after dark, and why your mind keeps pulling you back to someone you're trying so hard to move on from. Point 1: Night does not create pain, it reveals it. During the day, your brain stays busy. You move from one task to another. Your attention is scattered across responsibilities, screens, conversations, and noise. But night is different. Night removes distractions. And when distractions disappear, suppressed emotions surface. Psychologically, the human brain cannot process unresolved emotions while constantly stimulated. So it postpones them. It stores them away. It says, "We'll deal with this later." Night is when later arrives. This is why you feel fine all day but emotionally collapse at night. The pain didn't suddenly appear, it was always there. The silence simply gave it space to speak. Point 2: Your brain associates night with emotional safety. One of the most powerful psychological reasons you miss them at night is attachment conditioning. When you were emotionally connected to someone, your brain linked them to comfort, safety, and emotional regulation. Late-night conversations, emotional talks, vulnerability, shared silence, all of these moments trained your nervous system. So now, when night arrives, your brain instinctively searches for that familiar emotional safety. It's not looking for the person. It's looking for the feeling. The feeling of being understood. The feeling of being emotionally held. The feeling of not being alone with your thoughts. This is why missing them feels stronger at night, because night activates your attachment system. Point 3: Darkness increases emotional vulnerability. Psychologically, darkness lowers the brain's sense of control. At night, your logical brain slows down. Your emotional brain becomes dominant. This is why fears, memories, and emotions feel amplified. When there is less visual stimulation, the brain turns inward. Thoughts become louder. Memories become vivid. And if someone once played a significant emotional role in your life, their memory naturally rises to the surface. This is why nighttime sadness feels heavier than daytime sadness. Your defenses are down. Your emotional guard is resting. Point 4: Dopamine withdrawal hits harder at night. Love and emotional attachment activate dopamine, the brain's reward chemical. Every message, every interaction, every moment of closeness released dopamine in your system. Over time, your brain learned to associate that person with emotional pleasure and relief. When they are gone, your brain goes into withdrawal. At night, dopamine levels naturally drop. So the absence feels sharper. The craving feels stronger. This is why you find yourself replaying memories, checking old messages, or imagining scenarios that will never happen. It's not romance. It's emotional withdrawal. And withdrawal always feels worse when the mind is tired. Point 5: The brain replays what never got closure. The human brain hates unfinished emotional loops. If a relationship ended suddenly, painfully, or without proper emotional closure, your brain keeps replaying it, especially at night. During the day, logic suppresses these loops. At night, logic steps aside. Your brain starts asking questions. What went wrong? What if I said something different? What if they come back? This mental replay is your brain's attempt to regain control over something it never understood. But instead of healing, it keeps you emotionally stuck. Point 6: Night awakens the inner child. At night, the adult self rests. But the inner child wakes up. Psychologically, loneliness triggers early emotional wounds, especially abandonment, neglect, or emotional deprivation. If you ever felt unseen, unheard, or emotionally unsafe earlier in life, nighttime silence can reactivate those feelings. So when you miss them at night, you're not only missing the relationship. You're reliving an old emotional pattern. That ache feels deeper than the breakup itself because it's layered with past pain. Point 7: Your nervous system craves familiar regulation. When you were emotionally connected to someone, your nervous system learned to regulate itself around them. Their presence calmed you. Their voice grounded you. Their attention stabilized your emotions. Now, at night, when your system seeks calm, it looks for the familiar regulator. And when it doesn't find it, anxiety rises. This is why nights feel restless. This is why sleep feels difficult. This is why missing them feels physical, not just emotional. Point 8: Silence forces you to feel what you avoided. Daytime allows avoidance. Night demands honesty. At night, there's no one to distract you from how deeply you cared. From how much you invested. From how much you lost. This is why your emotions feel raw. Because they are. And your brain is finally letting you feel what it couldn't process before. Point 9. Why you feel weak at night but strong in the morning. Many people feel embarrassed by nighttime emotions. They think, why am I like this only at night? But there's a psychological explanation. In the morning, cortisol rises. This hormone increases alertness and emotional control. At night, cortisol drops. Emotional defenses weaken. So you're not inconsistent. Your brain chemistry simply changes with the day. Point 10. Understanding this is the beginning of healing. Once you understand why this happens, something important shifts. You stop blaming yourself. You stop labeling yourself as weak or broken. You realize this pain has structure. It has logic. It has psychological roots. And awareness always reduces suffering. Slowly, gently, without force. What helps over time? Healing doesn't mean forcing yourself not to miss them. Healing means acknowledging the emotion without feeding it. Creating new nighttime routines. Reducing emotional exposure to triggers. Letting your nervous system learn safety again. It takes time. And that's okay. If you miss them at night, it doesn't mean you're failing at healing. It means your brain is adjusting. It means your heart is processing. It means you love deeply. And one day, night will stop hurting. Not because you forgot them, but because you finally found peace within yourself. If this video felt personal, you're not alone. Subscribe for psychology that helps you understand your emotions instead of fighting them. And in the next video, we'll talk about why mornings feel easier but nights feel unbearable, and how to slowly retrain your mind.